up, y'all? CP from Blue Eclipse Productions. And yo, this video, man, part of what I'm gonna start doing in terms of 2013, excuse me. 2012 behind us, now we in 2013, is that I'm just gonna start explaining shit a lot more to y'all in terms of like what's actually going on with me and whatnot. Cause I mean, I did do that here and there in old videos, but at the same time, like, it just seemed like YouTube has like, the game has changed a little bit to where people are going back into, you know what I'm saying, sort of like the vlog kind of thing. So I'm using this video as a way to basically explain who I am, you know what I mean? So that way you can know who I am, you can know what I'm about, and you can know where I'm trying to go. First off, my real name is Chris. Do I look like a Chris? I probably do. You know what I'm saying? Chris, Christopher, whatever. Production name, rap name, CP. You know what I'm saying? What does CP stand for? It's a name that was given to me from an old friend of mine. Cause I used to smash a lot of chicks back in the day, and I didn't discriminate. It didn't matter whether they were skinny or chubby, whatever. But basically called me Cushion Pusher. And then I flipped that into Concrete Poet or Concrete Poetry. You know what I'm saying? For like my rap name. And then for my production name, it was, you know, Concrete Production, because I feel like I'm a perfectionist, and whenever I do it, I try to do the best that I can. You know what I mean? What have I done? I've worked with a lot of local producers in the Tampa, Florida area. For example, Mr. Rain that you saw in the previous music videos. That's a dear friend of mine. We've been friends since high school. We've you know, we've worked on a lot of music. We've been in and out of groups with, you know, different people. We've gone on stages, we've performed on shows, we've traveled, you know, not traveling like across the country and nothing like that, but you know what I mean, just, you know, getting our feet wet, you know, networking and whatnot. And you know, I've worked with him, I've worked with Sigajipo Jeans, I've worked with JB Grimes, the list goes on, you know what I mean? And at the same time, like, I've had a lot of ups and downs. Like, that's some of the good stuff. But then at the same time, I've had like bad shit happen to me because I simply didn't know my business. And you know, maybe I was hanging around people that, and I'm not saying no names, so no, you know, don't nobody take it personal or whatever. But it's just, you know, different situations where I was investing more of my personal shit to them, and it wasn't really benefiting me per se. I mean, it was, but then, you know, because, you know, sometimes like it takes a lot of factors to make shit work. Like, that's why some rappers, they call it a machine. Like, you could be on one label, and the people that are on that, the people that are in that situation, like that team, everybody knows they role, everybody's doing their thing, and it works for the artist or the artist to benefit and move on. But at the time, you know, we was young as hell. You got egos going on. You got you know, just different situations where different things was going on, and it was hot and cold and whatnot. And another thing too is like, now I did get an opportunity twice. I got an opportunity 2 different times. I was offered a deal from labels. Yes, believe it or not, I was offered a couple deals. Problem was, the deals didn't make no fucking sense. And I felt like if I would have taken those deals, that I would have wound up owing money. One deal was as a recording artist, another deal was as an in-house production. And I felt like if I was gonna be doing in-house production under the circumstances and under that contract and stuff, that I pretty much just would have been their bitch. I would have been their slave. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't. I felt like if I was gonna be in that kind of situation, I'm better off on my own That way I know I'm not, you know, killing myself for just some chump change, you know. What else happened, man? Oh yeah, I did some music for if you go to vgmusic.com, you know what I'm saying? I did some music. Now this was way back in the day, but like, you know, back in the day when I used to make music, or the only way that you could make music, like back in the late 90s, was if you couldn't afford like an MPC or like a Triton keyboard or whatever, you know, whatever kind of sequencing and doing it that way, it was nearly impossible to do it digitally unless you just had buku bucks for, like, you know, Cubase or something like that at the time, or Pro Tools or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have, you know, it was hard enough that my mom, and I appreciate my mom, you know, for buying the first PC, first family computer and whatnot, because that's what I used at the time to start doing my beats. But for me to come to my mom back then and be like, hey, you know, can I borrow like, you know, $5,000 so I can start making some beats? She'd be like, fuck no, you know. Nah, she wouldn't say, she don't cuss like that, but you know. But so a lot of the beats and a lot of music that I made, I used MIDI. And what I would do is I would make the beats. It was a program called MIDI Soft Recording Session and MIDI Soft Recording Studio. I think that was the version after the first one or whatever. But it was like, you know, you go in there, you click, you paste. You didn't even have a piano roll. Well, the second version had a piano roll. First one was strictly a score sheet. And you know, so you had to sit there and like click one by one all the notes, and then drag and copy and paste, and you know, the whole 9 yards. And the only sound sets I had was you had the Yamaha GM sound, which I don't even know where the hell that shit went now. I don't know, but it was dope back in the day. You had that one. You had the Microsoft one, which is still around now, but yeah, everybody knows that sound. It sounds real cheesy and whatnot, but it was this other program, or this other wavetable program called, it was a Japanese program called WinGroove, and it had supposedly sampled sounds from Yamaha keyboards at the time. So in its electronic kit, it had 808s. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hell yeah. And it just had a lot of clean sounds at the time. So I used to, you know, make my music, make my beats or whatever on that. But not only did I do like hip hop stuff, but I did like video game music, whatever. So to get back to vgmusic.com, I had put music out there for vgmusic.com. You know what I'm saying? And one of the songs that I did was for Paperboy, for regular Nintendo. And if you go to that website, if you go to the NES section under, you know, where the P's are at, and you look for Paperboy, you'll see my name, Chris Francis or whatever. I produced that. I produced like probably about 6 to 8 different songs. But long story short, now this was a funny ass story. This happened about, probably 6-7 years ago from now. But it was like, okay, so I'm watching G4 one day, right? And it was like this little blip, and I'm hearing my music in it, and I'm like, that's like, you know when you know your shit, you're like, that's my shit. But then I'm like, nah, maybe that's just my imagination, you know what I mean? I don't know. So I go to Game Trailers, right? I go to Game Trailers, you know what I'm saying? And Screw Attack, y'all know Screw Attack, they also had a video where they were doing a video game review about Paperboy on the NES. And you know, they had a version on there in the very beginning, and I'm like, damn, that sounds like one of the songs from vgmusic.com. And then on the second half of the video, I hear my shit again. So now I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. How the fuck is my shit being played on TV? And how the fuck is my shit being streamed on the internet and nobody hollered at me? Nobody, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, let me contact him. So I sent him an email about it. Now, in the email, I basically said, look, you know, I see that y'all are using my music in your video, which is an arrangement of the original, and I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of the original Japanese producer that made it for the NES. But I said that, you know, with this material that you're using, this is something that, you know, wouldn't this involve royalties towards me and the original producer in any sort of way? And even if you don't want to, even if it's not about money, you know what I'm saying? I at least want my name to be included on the video. All right, I just want some credit for it. And at the same token, if there's any future projects where you know, you need some music from me, let me know. Guess what happened? They deleted that shit. It was like, I am so sorry, Mr. Francis, blah, 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 blah. It was gone. I was like, damn, I don't know if they got freaked out because I was on my business shit, but shit was gone. You know what I'm saying? Then they put it back up probably a year later, and then they took it down again, whatever. But, you know, but long story short, it's just to say that, you can't judge a book by its cover, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might look at me, you see me in my, you know, my crib or whatever. I got a, you know, my studio is basically in my bedroom and whatnot. You may assume, oh, well, you know, this guy, you know, who the fuck is he? How does he, you know, whatever. It's like, look, dog, like, the people you see on TV, like the superstar producers and whatnot, those guys are the exception to the rule. They're like the people that make it into the NFL. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this engineering, to this production stuff, like, most people are like me, or I'm assuming like you if you're watching my video, if you're subscribed to me. We're the majority. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you know, I never got the opportunity to make it to the NFL in production, to be in the top bracket and whatnot. You know, and it got discouraging. You know, there's been a lot of ups and downs and whatnot, but it's like, you know what, man? Regardless, music is in my fucking heart. I've been doing it ever since I was 8 years old. I've been producing music on a regular basis since I was probably like 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a passion of mine, and I'm never gonna stop doing it. And now that, you know, now that you got YouTube and you can just upload videos and do it, that's why I do what I do in terms of you know, sharing my opinions, giving advice on mixing, and what I look forward to doing too as well. You know, I keep saying it, but I haven't done it. But I'm at some point I'm gonna start uploading more beats, and you know, so y'all can get an idea of what, you know, my dynamic is, because it's not just lyrical murder, it's not just, you know, the music video stuff that I've done. I got a wide range of sounds and whatnot, and you know, again, for those of you who subscribed a long time ago, appreciate it. For those of you who are subscribed now, just stick with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I haven't updated video in a while, and I'm explaining that in another video, talking about like why YouTube is funny, and I'm gonna just vent and explain myself on that one. But other than that, like, you know, I appreciate everybody showing love and showing support, and that's basically my story, man. That's who I am, and you know, I'm gonna just keep grinding, keep doing what I'm doing, and maybe one day I'll, you know, keep inching my way to the point where I can just, you know, say into that 9-to-5 shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I got a 9-to-5. As you can tell, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. That sucks up a lot of my time, and it makes it even more difficult to make time to do videos and to do my music and whatnot. But it's not excuses, it's just explaining a little bit more about me, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and like I said, I appreciate y'all for watching and listening, and I'm gonna hit y'all up with some more content and whatnot in the future. So hope everybody's doing good this year, and I appreciate, you know, everything, man. Peace.